Welcome to the Worship Guitar Skills channel, where we focus on helping worship guitarists improve their playing in less time with less effort, so you can really find your voice and your unique expression as a guitarist. Alright guys, in this video we are going to look at how to come up with lead guitar parts using chord shapes. So if you want to learn how to improve your skills, if you want to become a better worship lead guitarist, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon, because then you'll get notifications whenever we release new videos just like this one. Alright, let me play the example for you right now, and then afterwards we will break it down. Alright, there we go. That was a little bit of a motif, or kind of a cool lead line that you can play over a 1-6-5-4 progression. So the progression here would have been E, C sharp minor, B, and A. And what I did here is I basically formed this whole line around this triad. This is an E major triad, okay, the root position. So all I did there the first time around, instead of just playing, I added in this note, which you might have seen in the previous video when we had our open triad. Remember, I added in that note. So this time I had this. So I come down and I go up, back up again. So as you can see, all of this is based around the E triad. Okay, and that's how I'm using a chord shape to kind of help me come up with the notes for my lead guitar part. But I know that just using chord tones in and of themselves the whole time will get boring. So I need to use non-chord tones for some tension that we can resolve. And then I'm also using a specific rhythm to kind of create some rhythmic interest as well. So I've got 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and. So it's a nice syncopated rhythm. Okay. Now, in addition to the rhythm that's adding a bit of tension, so to speak, I am just changing one note every time, and that note keeps going up. So I'll start with a B note, then I go to a C sharp, then I go to a D sharp, and then I go to an E. Okay, and why is that cool? Well, this is what an E triad will look like. So that gives me my B note. This is what a C sharp minor triad will look like. So it gives me my C sharp note. This is what an open B triad will look like. So it gives me that D sharp note. And then this is what an A could look like as a power chord. So it gives me that E note. Alright, so what's cool about this, my chords are E, C sharp, B, A. So my chords are going down, but my melody note at the top goes up. Okay, the fancy word for that is contrary motion. I've got one part going down, another part going up, but we won't get into that right now. What I want to show you is how I'm playing essentially the same line, but each time I'm just changing that higher note. So slowly it will be like this. As you can see, my line didn't change, just my higher note. Let me play it for you once more with the track so you can hear it. Alright, nice and simple. So nothing to it. It's just a very simple line based around an E triad that I changed our top note. And you saw where I got those top notes, they're all chord tones. Now there's actually two cool things that you can do with this line. You can either simplify it by not changing the top note and playing that note the whole time, or you can actually make it a little bit more interesting by adding a more involved rhythm, right? Which is what I played earlier. So okay, I had a slightly different intro there. What I'm going to do for you now is I'm going to play all three examples, keeping it simple, not changing the higher note, playing those same three notes over and over. Then I'm going to change a higher note, and then I'm going to up the ante by adding in, more involved picking pattern. All right, this is the kind of thing that you would expect a drummer to do when they kind of build in a worship set or worship song rather. They'll start somewhere, they'll kick it up a gear, and I'll kick it up another gear, and then you're into like a big chorus or whatever the case may be. So I'm kind of mimicking that thing, thinking about it in gears. So let me show you these three different examples, and then you can see what they sound like. Here we go. Alright, so I simplified it and I also complicated it. So we kind of went both ways with the original line that I've shown you in the video. So the first thing is just playing the same thing over all the chords. So when I play it over E, it sounds cool, but when it's over a C sharp, and then over B, and over A. So now we have another kind of contrast. Earlier we had, as the chords went down, my highest note went up. But now as the chords change, my hook stays the same. So that's also a cool thing that you can do while everyone else is changing chords. You can play the same thing over and over, provided that it works. A lesson for another day, but I'll just a seed I'll plant for you right now. Even though I'm playing the same notes every time, they actually change. Why? Because the chord tones and the relationship of the individual notes with the chords change. Because when it's over E, this is a B, which is the fifth, the third, the second, and the root. But when it's over C sharp, that's a flat 7, a fifth, a fourth, and again the flat third. And when it's over the B, that's the fifth, a sixth, actually the root, a sixth, a fifth, and then a fourth. And over A, that's a ninth, a major 7, a 6, and a 5. So even though I'm not changing my notes, the notes change because of the chords that are changing in underneath that. All right, so that is that. And then if you guys have been following the channel for a long time, you'll know one of my favorite rhythms to use is like a polyrhythmic strumming pattern. We do that often. So it's down, up, down. I play that 4 times and then followed by a down, up, down, up. Okay, so then you get 3. The down, up, down kind of gives you a sense of 3, but I'm playing it over 16th notes, so it's kind of a 3/4 type of a sound. That's why it's called the polyrhythmic pattern. There should be other lessons on the channel covering that in detail, but what I'm doing here is I'm playing. So I'm playing that exact same picking pattern. Down, up, down 4 times, followed by down, up, down, up. And then I'm just following the notes. Then I've added different kind of ending there. Okay, and there's so much that you can do with just that. So nice and slow. Alright, so there you go. All of that is essentially based, it started off with an E major triad, and then I'm just changing the chords by adding in that these ascending notes as we go up higher. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you want to check out more videos like this one that shows you how to improve your lead guitar playing using chord shapes, check out the playlist. And we also have other videos on the channel which you can go ahead and check out. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Hit that bell icon. You'll get notifications for when we release new videos like this one. And if you want to pay it forward, please go ahead, leave a comment and share this video with another guitarist. That really helps us get the word out with our worship guitar skills lessons, because we really want to aim to make this one of the leading channels when it comes to improving your electric guitar skills in terms of modern worship guitar. Alright guys, have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video.